and welcome to second season of 10 Minutes with Anthony. My name is Jen Cherney, your host.
Here's Anthony. So, that was, of course, from the Shining, which is a movie I like. But, yeah, I'm happy we're back. We've got plenty of requests. We're back for season 2 of 10 Minutes with Anthony, but there's a twist now. We're now known as 10 Minutes with Anthony in the Bodyzone. And this show is done exclusively here at the Bodyzone in Key West, Florida. And big thanks to the owner, Calvin James, for having us. I mean, the first season of 10 Minutes with Anthony, we did it from different parts around the Keys so people could see the different locations and the natural beauty and everything. But for this second season, we are in where I spend the most amount of my time, which is in this Bodyzone and training and getting ready to go to Masters Nationals in July. So that's where I'm at. We took a little time off. Last time that we had the show, it might have been just when I was back from competing in the North America. And since that time, both of us have done quite a bit of different. We had to take some time off because I was in the process of buying a home, which my common law or significant other wife and I, Marilyn, did. We bought a house in Ramrod Key, and Jan bought some property in Stock Island.
Yeah, there's been quite a few changes, as Anthony informed you about his. Mine, I've been busy as well. Not so much with the traveling, but just the remodeling the crap out of things. So that's kind of my story. And so a lot of changes will be on from now on every week. Probably when Anthony starts going to competitions, I'm going to take probably a couple months off, traveling maybe Eastern Europe or South America. I'm still looking for the one, so that's my plan.
I don't remember us negotiating that in the season 2 contract, but yeah, so we're very excited to be here. In my opinion, this is the best gym, certainly in Key West, and one of the best gyms in South Florida, definitely the Keys. A successful gym is not just a hardcore gym. It's not just a, classes gym. It's something that everybody can get something out of. That way, nobody can come to this gym and say, well, I don't want to go there, it's too hardcore, or I don't want to go there and it's too fluff, or it's whatever. I tell you, I was just looking at this schedule, their fitness schedule and stuff, and I think they still do stuff like salsa classes here, and I'm looking here. There's yoga, there's cycle, core, stretch, different, and I've been here a few times when they're running classes, and the places are packed and people are having a good time and everything.
Salsa Class, wasn't that where you met your significant other, by the way?
Right, yes. I always will enjoy Salsa Class because, and I'll give you tips on that if you're in the Orlando area, but yeah, that's what way back when I went to Salsa Class to work on my footwork for bodybuilding, and I met this girl in there. I guess she kind of pursued me until I couldn't. I met this girl in there that I liked, and we hit it off, and now we are pretty much married, I guess. We just don't have the papers. We own property together. We've been together for a long time, and I'm very happy with her. But yeah, we're happy to be here. This gym is fantastic. You have, like I said, there's something for everybody. And if you think, I've heard before that this gym isn't hardcore, that, some of the best competitors, in the world, there's pros here that compete here. And I think, no, not me, but trying to be, yes. And, that's, I guess for me, it would be like a lifetime achievement award, I guess. But yeah, and it's very, I think it really helped me out a lot being here when I made the switch over here in July last year to get ready for North America. Great equipment. We'll be showcasing a lot of that in the upcoming episodes. We'll talk with Calvin. We'll talk to other trainers here. If you definitely can have a personal trainer here, and there's personal trainers here that are serious professionals, and they can handle any walk of life. I mean, not just somebody who wants to be in a bodybuilding contest, but somebody who wants to be healthy. And the true key to a successful gym, and it's nice you have that hardcore gym, you go in there and you train everything, but the true key is that it offers something for everyone, and that's what this gym does. I mean, there's guys. I'm here. I train different times. I train at night, train in the morning sometimes, and I see the different groups. And people. It's no different than people that would be hanging out in a bar or something drinking, but instead they come here and they fitness and they work. They help each other out. They're spotting. They have classes here that people enjoy doing together. Yoga. I like yoga myself, and rumor has it you might even be doing a class here possibly in the future. What about that?
Well, hopefully I have been teaching capoeira in Key West for quite some time, but I took a long break due to my knee, and it is kind of like a capoeira. It's like a yoga on steroids. So if you like yoga, you like capoeira. And also because I haven't done capoeira in such a long time, I'm probably going to start like stretching every day, just for myself to stay limber and all that. I've never done it. I've never stretched. I've always did a couple flips. I was fine, but I think the time's catching up with me, and I'm going to have to do warm up and stretching, especially since Nutcracker is coming up again this winter time.
Yeah, and I can tell you, I would be interested in, if you do that class, I would be interested in taking it, because I'm always looking to, outside the box of your normal bodybuilding training or whatever. That's why I was taking salsa dancing and stuff. Anything to work on your footwork and your flexibility, and just being able to, come up with something on stage that might come from that. So I would always be interested in that.
Have you tried ballet?
No, but I know that bodybuilders such as Arnold Schwarzenegger and Franco Columbu had done that in the past, and I certainly think that would be beneficial, the whole presentation and everything, and that's the deal. Bodybuilding is strange that everything you do to prepare for a bodybuilding contest has nothing to do with on the day of the competition. There's not lifting weight. I mean, you pump up, but you don't go out there and lift weights. You don't go out, you have to just go out there, and what you've done, but through diet and training, you have to present it out there and present it in a way that showcases your strong points. And if you have weak points, it will, hide your weak points. But this year it's going to be a little different. Like I said, we're coming here exclusively from Bodyzone. That's number one. Number two, I'm not going to cuss at all. I've made a promise that I'm not going to cuss. I think I cussed too much last year, and I want to kind of clean that up, trying to clean up my act a little bit, present myself a little better. If you notice, I'm growing my hair out again. Most people aren't in favor of that. They seem to think I look better with short hair. But one thing I learned is you got to kind of do what makes you happy, because for every opinion A, there's two opinion Bs. I have this little goatee going. A guy told me, lose the goatee.
Who was the guy? I mean, who are they to tell you what?
Yeah, a guy told me, lose the goatee, too much gray, you look old or whatever. Yeah. And then 2 days later, some girl told me, whatever you do, don't dye that goatee or your hair. The gray looks sexy. So, I mean, you can, in this world, okay, well, he said lose it, but she said, you can drive yourself crazy. I don't really care. I mean, I liked having long hair, was about the only thing, but whether or not I have a beard or not, I don't really care. Usually it has to do with my laziness of feeling like shaving or not. I don't really have, I can go either way with that.
Or if it's required for the movie role, then
Right. If you remember, I grew beards and stuff at your request for movies. You would say, hey, don't shave, we're going to do this, or don't cut your, do this, whatever. I mean, that's so I don't really, it's weird. I like to call myself always in one of the truest old school bodybuilders, because they used to have this term a few years ago, was the metrosexual, the guy that like trimmed his nose hairs and did his hair and everything.
So there, everybody's metrosexual. Everybody's metrosexual now.
And as much as I care, I've never. A lot of times I forget to comb my hair and I don't shave. I do remember to brush my teeth and everything. My whole thing is I just try to focus on my physique, and it's not like in the metrosexual way with, oh boy, don't I look good in this shirt. If anybody who's ever seen how I dress going to a gym, I dress like most people would cut their grass. This is what I wore today to train legs, I mean, it's just, I don't really care about that. All I care about is being in the best condition and being able to present that when the bell rings on that date and time of the contest I'm doing. That's all, and it's just displaying my art. That's it. I never really thought about, let me get my teeth whitened, or let me drive this cool car. I don't even have a car, man. I ride a motorcycle, and
this cool motorcycle.
It is pretty cool. I mean, I will say, but. And, it's the weather hasn't been the greatest down here the last few weeks, and I can tell you, I live now in Ramrod Key, which is 27 miles from Key West, so I go 54 miles round trip. And in the morning, the ride is absolutely beautiful. You come in, the sun is rising. You see it's one of the most optimal, I think one of the top 20 most optimal rides in the nation. But at nighttime, that's no joke sometimes, man. That wind comes whipping. I mean, there was times there was like 40-mile-an-hour gust, and you go over those bridges and everything. I mean, and you throw in some rain, and it's hard to see a lot of, because you're in the middle of the ocean, essentially. They built bridges connected in the middle of the ocean. There's no street lights or anything a lot of the time out there. It's dark if there's no moonlight, it's dark as can be, and it can be a little unnerving, I guess. Last night I worked out last night, and then I drove back late, and there wasn't a lot of people on the road, and I was just riding hard, man, and the wind was blowing, but it was.
Yeah, it's been very, very windy yesterday. We didn't even play volleyball or anything. It was just crazy.
So it's a little weird, and now that where I live, I can walk to the end of my street and launch my paddleboard. I'm trying to fix my kayak. I have that hole in the kayak I'm going to fix. But and I couldn't really, I want to go across. There's like an island over there that I want to go across to, but it gets too windy. I can't. And now I'm kind of pushing the weight limits of that paddleboard I have. So I'm a little bigger right now, so I kind of push the weight limits. But the other day, a couple weeks ago, I went out, and it was so quiet out there. I saw a little white-tipped shark, There's no human beings. I was out for 2 hours, There's no human beings anywhere around. It's fantastic. Maybe we'll do something different, like the lifestyle part of my channel. We'll do that part. But the whole gist of this initial show for season 1 was just kind of giving an introduction of where we're going to, how we're going to do this. We'll go back to a little bit more of a format. Who I'm going to punch in the face. When I used to do a radio show years ago, I used to have a list. I think I'll, do a weekly list. I know you want to do something with movies. You're going to do a movie thing. That's all going to be stuff, and we'll have different guests on, from the club, whatever, different, that we find interesting or whatever we'll have. And that's going to be, season 2 of 10 Minutes with Anthony in the Bodyzone.
Yeah, okay, so I would just continue on the movies. I'm just going to mention a couple of them. The last Rambo kind of really disappointed me, but I like the new Terminator, so that's my picks of the months.
Where did you see them? Where did you see those movies?
I actually went to the movie theater.
Here?
At the Regal Cinemas, yeah. Not the not the Tropic Cinema.
Did you A, did you buy snacks or did you sneak snacks in? And what was the snack if you did?
Ne-
Kids, that was, the main part of their existence was so I could take them to the movies. And then when my daughter got old enough to carry a purse, I'd put the drinks in there. So all I'd have to buy was just a big thing of popcorn. And
I'm the same way. I'll bring stuff, sneak them in.
and there's no way that places don't know you're onto that, because like if you ever notice all these, like when I used to live in a place that had Target, where Target was near the movie theater, they had all these like Milk Duds and Twizzlers in sneakable like boxes, that one could put in their cargo pants or whatever. But the thing is, you got to have a girl that's got a purse, and then you could put like a turkey in there if you wanted to, a big turkey. But we would have drinks and snacks and everything. We'd sit in the back, hear that drink open, and somebody, the guy with the light would be like, "Wait a minute, we don't sell drinks that open the top like that,"
I think everybody should have this American experience, just like buying popcorn and buying an oversized coat at a movie theater, but not every time you just want to eat that stuff, you might want something else.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, they got to know that you're sneaking stuff in, because you buy a popcorn and 2 drinks, you might as well have had dinner at Outback. It's about what it costs to do that. So you might as well, go buy $20 worth of candy that, if you bought it there, that, the last time I checked, what is a Twizzler thing in there? You get 12 Twizzlers for $9.95 or something,
I kind of like this little routine. When I was in Czech Republic, we went like to movie theaters like every week to see new movies, and we always bought like this Magnum ice cream. So I was always looking forward not only to movie, but to that ice cream,
Magnum ice cream. What flavor was that?
I think it was with almonds. Yeah, Magnum, buy it.
Yeah, I guess it hasn't made it over here yet, right?
I think they have them. I think they have them.
Yeah.
It's just big expensive ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not much of an I do like ice cream, but I can't remember the last time I ate ice cream. I used to like the Rocky Road was always my favorite. It had the marshmallow, and the nuts and stuff, like chocolate with the nuts. And
so what do you eat now? When you have a sweet tooth kind of situation?
Oh, I've always been, I just love licorice. I consider myself a licorice aficionado. The best licorice I've had in many, many years, they have at this supermarket here, Fausto's. They have like an Australian licorice that's fantastic here. But, I like that. I like pancakes, licorice, Pop-Tarts, I guess. That, but the thing is, right now, I'm eating so much food, because what I'm doing right now is I hate to use the term bulk or cut, because it's a silly amateur type term. But what I'm trying to do is get as big as possible without getting fat. So every week I increase my calories a little bit, and I'm eating so much for me so much more than I normally do. It's hard for me to crave anything. And really, it's almost like, I got to eat another. I wouldn't say I'm stuffing my face, because you wouldn't want to stuff your face, but I'm eating, and it's really weird. When I was dieting for a contest, I used to say, man, if I could just, I don't care if I could just eat a little bit more rice or whatever. Well, now I can, and it's like, man, I wish I was dieting for a contest so I can eat. It's easier to eat less. So I guess that's just the way the human body works. It's always whatever you're deprived of, whatever you're not doing, there's some kind of weird gene in your head that says, hey, like if you.
Yeah, I've done that too. I think once, trying to get bigger, and it's not easy to eat those meals. You just pretty much overstuffing yourself at some time. Even if you're not hungry, you're gonna eat that meal to get protein and everything you need.
Yeah, I eat pretty much the same thing all the time, and what I do is I try to do everything that I need to do from Monday through Saturday, because I don't like to do anything on Sunday. I don't like to lift weights, nothing. I just want to be able to, if I want to lay in bed or whatever, I want to swim in the ocean, whatever I want to do. So usually Saturday's kind of the end. That's why I want to do our show on Saturday. And another thing about that is we're also going to look into doing this live from Facebook. Doing it live so we can take your questions and all that. That's, we're going to look into doing that, and then we'll upload it to YouTube later. But the reason I like that is because now when I'm done here, I still have to finish up a little bit of leg training. When I'm done here, I'll go to the grocery, which I go to this GFS, and I buy that eye around. I'll buy chicken, and I'll buy sweet potatoes, and I'll cook all that tonight. And that'll last me, all through the week. And then I just... I'll have, 2 red meat meals, 2 chicken meals, some protein, a few protein shakes, and then an egg white meal, somewhere around there. And usually the carbohydrate is, I like rice, like a jasmine rice, sweet potato. Every once in a while I'll have some fruit, and then I just put a green vegetable in with everything. And
all right, I'm salivating way too much because I was rushing here. I did not really have a lunch, and now all this mealy stuff. I'm like, oh, I gotta eat.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. I'm not, and like I said, I still have to eat more and do some shopping and everything else. And it's just, I'll be glad when I get done with this process. I'll be 16 weeks out from the Masters. Masters Nationals, and then I'll just dive into that, and hopefully I'll be bigger than I was at North America, which I weighed in at 188. So if I can be in the 190s, I'd be happy with that, and cutoff is 197. So, I wouldn't even imagine being 197, but something more than 188 would be a start.
See you next week.
See ya.